one man's treasure is, if I can say, is one of the fingers of God, in which God ministers to those men who may be wavering in hope. They may have lost hope, because there's going to be some shut doors. We were, being a convicted felon, some people going to shut some doors in your face. They're going to be like, no, we can't have you out. There is no hope. When you're released from prison, you're just handed something. It doesn't matter if it matches. It doesn't matter, how it looks. They give you something it's just something to cover yourself. It's not something to, at least for me, it wasn't something to go apply for a job with.
When men are released from incarceration in the state of Texas, they are given a bus ticket, $100, and an ill-fitting pair of pants and a shirt, and that is all they get.
Not every inmate can get out having to help a family. So I had aspirations and hopes, but not necessarily a plan.
So the concept was to let those men use that $100 they get for things other than the clothes or transportation to go get those clothes. There's this statistic, if a man goes back to prison, then it's going to cost the taxpayers about $23,000 a year to house him. He goes back for 4 years, that's $100,000. I mean, it's just big. And there are between 145 and 150,000 men who are incarcerated in the state of Texas. Every year, between 45 and 50,000 men are released from prison. But it's the impact of children that's from incarcerated parents is huge. Emotionally, economically. So when dad gets out and can be successful, have a job, he gets to move into the family, he can build those bridges because he has some self-esteem. I've got a job. Then he can start helping his family with their financial challenges that they have had since he's been incarcerated. If this man gets out and can successfully transition into the community, the chances of his reoffending go down dramatically. Compared to national statistics that are 68% will return within 3 years. Recidivism rate in Texas runs between 21 and 40%. Just recently we did a survey and our average is less than 9.5%. It's not because they got close that it's that low, but it's because we have provided them with resources. We have provided encouragement to the men. We steered them to areas that can help continue to build them up and give them what they need.
I had high hopes. Because my faith was in God. I know He kept me while I was there. I know He would see me through upon my release.
Male volunteers, and we call them shepherds, who would deliver the clothes to the men at their place of residence, and at that time, take the time to visit with them and encourage them at a time that was critical in their transition and reintegration into the community.
They show up to your door with clothes that look good.
The staggering realization of what we do in helping the state of Texas in lowering the recidivism rate of the nearly 3,000 men that we served. And that saved taxpayers $35 million on our small budget. And that's due to your generosity. It's due to your support. Clothing is our gateway. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's part of our mission statement. And it's not just the clothing, but it's about dignity. How a man feels when he comes out of prison, and when he looks and smells and sees and touches those garments for the first time, it's transformative.
When these men come out, men such as myself, and I know many other men who have been released from the same unit of which I was on, which was George Speedo unit, and they too are walking this walk. It's not just me. And one man's treasure, through every shepherd, through every leader, through every volunteer, they have helped that man. They have helped us. Sometimes when we may be weak, it has been one man's treasure as just by showing up at the door at an opportune time, just to say, here, brother, we love you, God loves you. Here, this is what we're gonna do to help you so that you can succeed, because, the government or the system say, they address you any kind of way and say, go out and be a successful citizen, but don't really provide you with no part of the necessities to be that productive citizen. So one man's treasure, they actually get involved and follow through. They say, well, we're gonna help you be. We're gonna do what we can to help you be a productive citizen in society. So that's what one man treasure does.